She needs someone to represent her that she knows and she trusts.
I don't think it's a good idea. I really don't.
Han, would you just trust my instincts on this?
Why is it I can never say no to her?
Because he knows in his heart I'm always right.
See, Capwell, this was supposed to be just an intimate dinner, the two of us trying to forget our problems.
I'm trying to forget about things. I'm just not doing a good job of it. Why don't you help me? Talk to me.
Okay, I will. Let's see, what will I talk about? Something sentimental, something sexy.
Just don't mention serum, that's all.
No, I wouldn't say anything like that.
Mr. and Mrs. Capwell, I'm Reynolds with the Santa Barbara Tribune. We just got a report that there have been 2 more serum-related deaths in Arizona, and that the families of both the victims are suing Capwell Enterprise. Would you like to comment on that, Mr. Capwell?
Don't believe. Tell me that the public is up in arms. I know they are, and rightly so. The serum should never have been made available to the public. It was never tested properly, was never perfected, and the risks involved were too great to put it on the marketplace.
Wasn't there official USAID approval prior to the drug's release?
The only approval that they could have gotten was through falsified data given to the USAID.
One last question, Dr. Nicholas. Is there any truth to the rumor that the serum formula was stolen from your lab, stolen and manufactured elsewhere? Don't stay away from me. Was the serum taken from your lab in the university?
This is the first I've heard of this rumor. I don't know how it got started, but I can assure you it's false.
Do you know where the marketed serum came from?
No, I have no idea. Look, I was struggling to perfect my own serum when the bogus serum appeared. Isn't the point? That's not what... 8 people have died, and we don't know how many more people will die before this thing is over with.
Have you heard any of the results of the autopsy reports on the victims?
No, they have not been made available yet, but it doesn't matter what's eventually recorded on a death certificate as cause. The simple truth is that these people died from one thing: greed. The man who distributed and marketed the serum, he just cared more about money than he did about human life. I'm afraid that's all for now. If you have anything further, I suggest that you talk... Why don't you talk to the man in question? I think you know who he is. Excuse me.
You liar. You damn liar. You knew I thought the serum was safe when I...
When you what?
When it came into my possession, that's when.
Okay, you know what you should do? I think you should go on television and tell your story, Cece. Tell them how you thought the serum was safe because you stole it from me. Tell them how you forgot to check the accuracy of the tests because you stole that from me. But you really can't do that, can you?
There's something else, Alex. This is exactly what you wanted to happen. This is the way you planned it, isn't it? Who else was in on it with you?
Don't try to escape by trying to blame me, Cece, please. Excuse me.
Dr. Nicholas.
Yes.
One more question. if I may.
Absolutely, anything, of course.
Are you continuing with your own experiments on this type of serum, or have the occurrences in Arizona made you decide to shelve it?
Come on, there's a story breaking down on the beach right now. There's a brush fire burning out of control over on one of the Channel Islands, and there's 2 people that are stranded over there.
Any idea who they are?
Yeah, it's Cruz Castillo and one of his partners.
Which one? Was one a woman?
Yeah, it was the woman. It's,
Controversy, C.C. Capwell, head of Capwell Enterprises, is here tonight refusing any comment on the tragic deaths of people who used the company manufacturer.
Well, talk to the lawyers. They're checking into Alex's remarks to see if there's any basis for a slander suit. They do say that they will not be responsible if I make any public reply.
Well, that puts you in a lousy position, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. It kills me that Alex may be getting away with this. What bothers me even more, though, is those people in Arizona who put their faith in my drug.
Honey, I know how upsetting it is to you. I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. Except that I'm here for you, and I always will be.
I know that, darling. I love you for it.
And I wish your whole family were here. I wish Wish I could just bring everyone here with you just right this moment.
Ever since this nightmare started, I've been turning into myself, trying to dredge up some more strength and confidence, and I really don't have much to dredge up anymore, I can tell you that. I gotta say something else. I can't do this alone.
Yeah, yes, I...
Mr. Catwell, I'm from KSB.
I have no comment.
Hold on a minute, Mr. Catwell. I'm trying to give you equal time.
I told you I have no comment.
Cece,
That's
just
it.
a minute, please.
Could I have a minute alone with my husband? Thank you.
Now, I know that you cannot call Alex a liar in public. You can't get away with it legally. But I think it'd be better for you, and I think it'd be better for the public opinion if you did make a statement. Make a statement and say that you're sorry about that everything happened. It's better than saying nothing at all. I really think it's a good idea.
I'll hit him first. All right, I will. Okay. All right, miss, I will, make a statement, only to rebut those charges.
Thank you, Mr. Catwell. This is Deborah McRae in the Orient Express restaurant, Santa Barbara, California. Mr. C.C. Catwell, Chief Executive Officer of Catwell Enterprises, currently facing legal suits as a result of an ill-fated antiviral drug, which was recently marketed by his company, has asked to make a statement in response to charges made by Dr. Alex Nicholas this evening, who is the discoverer of the controversial serum. Mr. Catwell.
Thank you. I know some inflammatory statements have been made against myself and my company. Dr. Nicholas has, fanned the flames of this panic irresponsibly when clear heads and cool minds should be working and prevailing. I would like to now address my remarks to the unfortunate families of the people who died in Arizona and...
Excuse me, Mr. Catwell, but I've noticed, aside from your wife, that none of your family is present tonight. Where do they stand on this issue?
Right next to me. Where do you think they stand?
But not so solidly that they refuse to appear in public.
Let me tell you something, young lady. I told you I'd make a statement. I will not have myself or my family put on trial by the media. You find yourself another subject. Now, you shut that thing off.
Mr. Catwell.
I said shut it off.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, Mr. Catwell refuses to speak any further on this issue.
We can do any good?
I don't know, darling. Well, let's go look up our dippy DA and find out what's going on. Yes, Mr. Capwell. Mrs. Capwell and I are going over to the courthouse. Bring the car around. False arrest, I think. We have to find a way to prove it.
I know, but you know what I can't help thinking?
What?
That Mason would know how to handle this. He's worked in the DA's office for so long, he knows all the ins and outs. And he, among all of us, is the one that can really handle Timmons.
Baby, if he hasn't shown up yet, are we going to hold our breath for him?
He doesn't know about his wife shooting. He doesn't know that she's been arrested. I mean, it's absolutely insane. How can he be out of touch for so long?
Let's do the car. All right, we're on our way out.
You certainly are. A few more weeks, a few more lawsuits. Capwell Enterprises will definitely be on their way out. Are you ready to liquidate some of your holdings to make up for the settlements, to pay for all of that? You can add my legal action to the list also. For defamation of character.
Alex, you had a public forum for your gloating in front of, when you performed in front of television camera. Now, why would you want to come here and confront me personally?
Now, you had plenty to say to the cameras, too, Cece. For someone who lives in an unprotected glass house, be real careful where you throw stones.
Oh, let's not forget who threw the first stone, Alex.
I'm not going to remain silent while you accuse me of representing my own creation, then having it stolen, to be misused in the future. You know that I'll never get a research grant?
I hope you don't. You don't deserve one. All you care about is yourself. You don't care about anybody else. You try to set me up.
To please realize that lives have been lost since you started this war with one another. Now, maybe you could use these energies to prevent further tragedies instead of throwing insults at each other.
Cece, your daughter-in-law needs you. We don't have time for this.
You're right, darling. Let's go. Goodbye, Alex.
I hope you know that we have every intention of bringing suit against you for false arrest.
Tell me something, Timmons. How much did you promise this child stealing Mr. Marshall? What was the deal, huh? He spreads misleading statements about Victoria, and you, what, play Gestapo agent? What did you promise him? Immunity? Reduced sentence? What is it? Tell us. Hey, come on.
You're going to be out
Come
of here
on, what?
by tonight. Are you representing her, Julia?
Yes, I am, Sophia.
My legal department's at your disposal.
You know, this, I hate to interrupt, but this is all very heart-rending. I mean, people believe her with all your heart. That a girl was ever so lucky to have such fabulous in-laws. I mean, you actually believe her. Your loyalty is amazing, however mistaken.
What are you trying to tell us?
Well, I mean, you've been in close contact with her. Don't you have all the facts?
Yes, everything that's relevant, I forgot.
I have a relevant one here. Your sweet daughter-in-law has failed to nail down her relationship with Master Schott.
What relationship are you talking about? I don't care what
Let me
Marshall
finish
said.
here.
Well, get on with it.
All right. She said she didn't know him. Now she says she hardly knows him. I think she should have said that she barely knows him. You know, bear as in bear.
You know, look, it was a modeling job. Paul and I were both hired by this firm that sold lingerie. He was hired as a photographer, and sometimes he doubled as a model as well. My agent had told me that it was going to be very tasteful, and of course, once I got there, it wasn't the story.
Well, but they finish it. Come on. The air is filled with bated breaths.
Oh, Victoria, go on.
Well, we got through a roll of film before I realized that everybody in the room was sleazy, so I quit. And I later tried to reach Paul. I reached him, and I told him that I...
How? How can she justify this kind of behavior? We give her full support, and she takes away our grandson.
Honey, it might sound a little strange to you, but maybe it's not a reflection on us.
Don't you understand something? That boy, he belongs here. This is the logical place. He is our grandson.
Try to put yourself in Victoria's place. She's known Cruz for a long time. They knew each other in high school. She's only known us for less than a year.
Look, we have raised 5 children. 6, including Brandon. Cruz has raised none.
She trusts him, and she knows him very well.
She also knows damn well that he's the father of that child. You think she might want to tell him, possibly? An excuse to tell him?
Yeah, I do. I think maybe that's it, particularly if she thinks Mason has abandoned her.
Mason. Who the hell is he keeping himself? Does he know he has a wife and child at stake?
I guess he doesn't care as much about them as we hoped he would.
Maybe not. But as Mason's father, I feel I have something very important invested here. There's the Capwell Trust that's involved, and the Capwell name. She is jeopardizing that. Doesn't she know that by her actions?
Victoria is the child's mother. If it isn't the choice we approve of, what can we do but live with it?
I don't agree with it. I think we have a clear right to custody of that boy, and I mean to get it. And I don't care if we have to take a court order out to do it. That's the way it's going to be. Maybe 6'1", the most 6'1". He's wearing a camouflage jacket. He's got a black T-shirt. He's jeans. He's wearing jeans. He's got boots on. That's all I know. That's all the details I can remember.
Have you ever seen this guy before?
I never saw the guy. Well, how could I ever see him before?
Honey.
What? Oh, Tony.
What's wrong? I got a message to come right over.
I didn't want to tell you anything over the phone. Eden is alive.
Don't say something like that.
Don't listen to me. I swear to you, our daughter, Eden, is alive.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
I saw her here in the hotel a half an hour ago. She's alive, sweetheart. If I didn't see her, I wouldn't have believed it myself. She's alive. She's alive.
Eden's alive? Yes. Where is she? Where's Eden? Why are all the police here?
A guy is holding her hostage. He took her out of the hotel. But the police are chasing him down. They'll find him, honey. But there's something else. She's having some trouble walking. I don't know. Come with me.
Cruz, I lost him, Mr. C.
What do you mean you lost him? You're right behind him.
I lost him! Yeah, it's Cruz. Anything? Oh, wait. We got to figure out what the hell we're up against here.
We're up against a madman's up against. How long do you think he's held on to it all this time, you think? I can't believe this. We heard about it on the police band.
What can you do? What can you do whatever can? Ask Cruz. But you all please tell me what's going on.
No, everything's going to be fine. Please don't be frightened. We're going to find everything's going to be fine.
But I don't understand any of this. Where has she been? Where is she now?
Sophia, she appeared out of nowhere in the middle of the Orient Express. Before I had a chance to do anything, a guy shows up with a gun and puts me on the floor. Yeah?
Well, who was he? What did he say?
All he said was we had to stay back, or if we didn't want to see her get hurt. That's all he said.
I don't know. How was she kidnapped? Was this the man she was with the whole time?
I don't know, darling.
I'll call back.
Any ideas?
Not yet. But I think I know where I should start looking.